International news, the 2nd of September 2025. 1. Afghanistan earthquake. A powerful 6.3 magnitude earthquake has struck eastern Afghanistan, leaving widespread devastation and claiming more than 800 lives. Thousands of homes have collapsed, and rescue operations are underway as survivors desperately search for loved ones under the rubble. Hospitals are overwhelmed with the injured, while aid agencies are struggling to deliver relief due to damaged roads and communication networks. The Taliban government has appealed for international assistance, urging global humanitarian organizations to provide medical supplies, tents, and food. This disaster adds to the long list of challenges facing Afghanistan, which is already battling poverty, instability, and humanitarian crises. 2. U.S. suspends visas for Palestinians. The United States has announced a temporary suspension of visas for Palestinian passport holders, citing security and administrative concerns. This move has drawn criticism from human rights groups, who argue that it unfairly targets civilians and restricts their freedom of movement at a time of heightened conflict in the Middle East. The suspension is expected to affect students, professionals, and families seeking to travel for education, work, or medical purposes. U.S. officials claim the measure is not permanent and will be reviewed in the coming weeks. However, Palestinian leaders have condemned the decision as politically motivated and discriminatory. 3. Hamas spokesman killed in Gaza. Israel has declared that Hamas spokesman Abu Obeida was killed during ongoing military operations in Gaza. According to Israeli officials, the strike targeted senior figures in the organization, which they claim continues to plan attacks against Israel. The death of Abu Obeida, a symbolic figure for Hamas, is being described as a significant blow to the group's propaganda and communication network. Palestinian sources, however, have neither confirmed nor denied the claim, and tensions remain extremely high. Meanwhile, the humanitarian situation in Gaza continues to worsen, with thousands of civilians caught in the crossfire and struggling with shortages of food, water, and electricity. 4. Putin blames the West at SCO summit. Russian President Vladimir Putin used his appearance at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization (SCO) summit to once again place the blame for the ongoing Ukraine conflict on Western countries. In his remarks, Putin accused the United States and its allies of fueling instability by supplying weapons to Kyiv and expanding NATO influence. He called on SCO members, including China and India, to strengthen cooperation against what he described as Western interference in global affairs. Putin also emphasized Russia's commitment to building closer economic ties with Asian nations. His speech reflects Moscow's effort to gain diplomatic support as the war in Ukraine drags on. 5. Trump criticizes U.S. India trade. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has reignited his criticism of U.S. India trade relations, calling them one-sided and labeling tariffs a disaster. Speaking at a political rally, Trump argued that American companies face unfair barriers when trying to access the Indian market, while Indian goods enjoy favorable entry into the United States. He promised that if he returns to office, he would renegotiate trade terms to better protect American workers and industries. The comments come amid growing concerns about global trade imbalances. Indian officials have yet to respond, but analysts believe Trump's remarks could complicate bilateral relations if he regains power.